What if I told you that the most powerful thing you could say in a really crucial moment is nothing at all? Today, we're going to dive into why strategic silence isn't a weakness, but actually a superpower that can bring you success in, well, pretty much every part of your life. The ancient strategist Chanakya, well, he absolutely nailed it centuries ago. He basically said that once you master the art of speech, and that includes knowing when not to speak, nothing can stop you from being successful. It makes sense, right? Once words are out there, they're like an arrow fired from a bow. There's no taking them back. And this isn't just theory. History is filled with examples of words going horribly wrong. I mean, in the great epic, the Mahabharata, a single thoughtless insult, a blind man's son is also blind, is seen as one of the key sparks that ignited a devastating war. It's a pretty intense reminder of what careless words can do. So what's the answer? Well, it's what we call strategic silence. Now let's be super clear. This is not about going mute or taking a vow of silence. It's about being intentional. It's that conscious choice to hold back the words that don't need to be said, so that when you do speak, your words land with maximum impact. And we've all been there, right? That awkward silence that just makes you squirm. Well, this is the exact opposite of that. Awkward silence feels passive, uncomfortable, uncertain. Strategic silence, that's an active, purposeful tool. It's a total power move, a sign of strength that creates influence, not discomfort. Okay, so let's get into it. We're going to break down the 6 incredible powers of silence. And the first one, it's this almost magical ability to make people just stop what they're doing and really, truly listen. I want you to picture a classroom. The teacher's talking, students are kind of half listening, doodling, looking out the window. But what happens the second the teacher just stops talking? The whole energy in the room shifts. That sudden quiet breaks the pattern, and bam, every single eye is on the teacher. Everyone is alert, wondering what's coming next. That silence grabs our attention like nothing else. Now, this power isn't just for the classroom. It's a secret weapon at the negotiation table. So how in the world can saying nothing actually put you in the driver's seat? It sounds completely backwards, doesn't it? I mean, negotiations are all about talking, making your point, persuading. But what if the real key to winning is knowing exactly when to just be quiet? Okay, so here's how you do it. The next time you're negotiating and someone gives you an offer, don't say anything. Just pause. Let that silence hang in the air for a few seconds. See, most people get really uncomfortable with silence, and their instinct is to fill it. And when they do that, they often give away information they shouldn't, or they might even sweeten their own deal just to break that tension. Your silence forces their hand. But here's the thing, silence isn't just a tool for getting what you want. It's also one of the most powerful ways to build deep, meaningful connections and real trust with people. And this chart, it really says it all, doesn't it? We don't build trust by talking at people. We build it by showing them that we hear them. When you make a conscious effort to listen more than you speak, you're sending a powerful message. What you have to say matters to me. And people trust people who make them feel heard. And that leads us perfectly into our 4th power. Because if you really want to learn something, if you want to get to the actual heart of an issue, you have to create the space for the real answer to show up. There's this great saying, after you ask a question, the first person to speak loses. Think about it. So often we ask something and then we get nervous in the pause, so we jump in to rephrase it or add our own 2 cents. But the great sage Swami Vivekananda did the complete opposite. He'd ask his guru a question and then he would become completely silent, just creating this open space to truly absorb the wisdom he was looking for. All right, let's talk about power in a totally different way. Not brute force, not aggression, but soft power. That ability to get things done through influence and attraction, not by forcing anyone's hand. And honestly, there's no better example of this than Mahatma Gandhi. He knew that trying to fight the British Empire with force was a battle he couldn't win. So instead, he used the soft power of nonviolent resistance. His quiet, steady, unshakable resolve was way more powerful than any army, and it literally changed the course of history. Sometimes the quietest move is the strongest. Okay, for our final power, let's get super practical. We're talking about using silence to protect your most valuable resource, your time, by learning how to say no without feeling guilty. So check out this story. A guy is on his way to finally buy a new laptop he's been saving up for. He's excited. On the way, he runs into an old acquaintance. who asks for a small favor. All he has to do is deliver a small package to a place that's supposedly nearby. Of course, not wanting to be rude or unhelpful, he says yes instantly. But you can probably guess what happens next. Nearby, it turns out to be a massive detour, way out of his way. That small favor completely eats up his entire afternoon. By the time he finally gets to the electronics store, it's closed. He missed his chance to get the thing he set out to do, all because of that instant yes. If he had just taken one single, thoughtful pause before answering, he would have had the space to think it through and politely say, "Sorry, I can't today." So, as we wrap this all up, let's bring it all together. The big takeaway here is that silence isn't empty. It's not a void. It's actually full of potential and power. So, just to recap, we've seen how strategic silence can command attention, give you the upper hand in negotiations, build incredible trust, help you find the real answer, let you wield soft power, and guard your own time. This isn't just about being quiet. It is an active, powerful skill that you can start practicing today. So the only question left isn't really about what silence can do, it's about what you're going to do with it. In your next meeting, your next tough conversation, your next big decision, where are you going to let silence speak for you? What will you achieve?